A rebel moon, rogue superpowers, and a chilly reception. It's been a climactic week in sci-fi. A closer look at Zack Snyder's sci-fi epic, Rebel Moon. A Netflix sequel for fan-financed sci-fi movie, Code 8. And the Ghostbusters are returning to a chilly reception. Welcome to Eye on Sci-Fi, I'm Raymond Bedora. New trailers have dropped ahead of Rebel Moon's premiere next month. Part 1 of Zack Snyder's sci-fi epic is called A Child of Fire, with Part 2, Scargiver, following in April. The Rebel Moon is in the furthest reaches of the known universe, populated by peaceful farmers and those escaping murky pasts. Among them is Cora, played by Sofia Boutella, who is seeking redemption for her role within an oppressive imperial government. When farmers unwittingly sell crops to an anti-imperial insurgent group, they attract the attention of the Empire's motherworld, and their peaceful existence is shattered. Cora finds herself rallying a band of outlaws and misfits to fend off the motherworld's forces. As you'd expect from Zack Snyder, the movie is visually epic, and while there are some cues from Star Wars, including what appeared to be lightsabers and a droid, voiced by Anthony Hopkins, this is in no way a knockoff. Rebel Moon will have a limited theatrical release in the US from December 15, before premiering on Netflix December 22. A sequel for fan-financed sci-fi feature Code 8 is on its way to Netflix. The original was a passion project for cousins Robbie and Stephen Arnell after their roles as heroes in CW series Arrow and The Flash. Indiegogo backers pledged $2.4 million to finance the 2019 release. Code 8 is set in a world where 4% of humans have superpowers, but rather than being glorified as heroes, they're discriminated against and marginalized, living in poverty. In desperation, some use their powers on behalf of gangsters and are hunted by a mechanized police unit. Robbie Arnell plays Connor, a janitor who is convinced by Garrett, Stephen Arnell, to pull off a string of heists. In the sequel, they reluctantly team back up to protect Pav, a teenage girl who becomes the target of corrupt cops after asking too many questions about the death of her brother. No release date yet for Code 8 Part 2 has been announced, with the movie expected on Netflix sometime in 2024. We'll keep you updated. Aquaman returns to cinemas next month. Bad guy Black Manta has got his hand on the mythical Black Trident, enabling him to wield enough power to threaten Atlantis and its royal family, including latest edition Baby Jr. The threat is so serious that Aquaman must team up with his imprisoned brother Orm, the former king of Atlantis. Jason Momoa is back in the title role, along with most of the cast from the first movie. Even Amber Heard is back as Mira, Queen of Atlantis, despite swirling rumors that she'd been dropped, and Patrick Wilson returns as Orm. Australian director James Wan is also back for what will be the last movie before James Gunn's new DCU kicks off. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom is in cinemas December 22. The Ghostbusters will be back in cinemas and New York in March. The next installment in the iconic franchise is Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, a sequel to 2021's Afterlife, and sees the Spengler family return to the firehouse in New York, where it all began in 1984. Their summer homecoming is interrupted by the discovery of an ancient artifact that unleashes an evil force, turning the Big Apple into an icy wasteland and freezing to death anyone unlucky enough to get caught in its path. Luckily, a top-secret lab has been developed under the firehouse to research new ghost-busting tech, so the team is hopefully ready to bust this new threat. Most of the Afterlife cast are back, including Paul Rudd, McKenna Grace, and Finn Wolfhard, as well as original Ghostbusters Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd. Jill Kennan is directing with Jason Reitman, the son of the late Ghostbusters director Ivan Reitman, co-writing and producing. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire hit cinemas March 29. And that was the week in sci-fi. For more news throughout the week, go to ionsci-fi.com.